Welcome, Divine. Welcome to Golden Mission 144, where the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine are showing the dark and light of the earth out loud as a spotlight on the earth. People have always had their eyes on you. This is a portal on the ascension journey on earth, where dark attacks to the mind, heart, body, and finances don't stop you from rising. You are ascenders. You fly above mountains like eagles, while the majority of the world is below you or above. You don't feel set apart. You are set apart to align to all as one, because you understand the human condition. Hi guys. So I just did that extensive reading, okay? That extensive reading where the DM and the DF comes swirling through the reading and takes authority of fear of success and just so much came. Fear around money, success, the abundance, having, just really came in that reading of taking authority there. Then so many cards I pulled in that reading, you guys saw it. So I was like, okay. But before I felt a need to shuffle and deal again, I received the Devil in reverse to kick it off. Then I received all of these cards in conjunction. Then I received the Seven of Wands with the Lovers at the end of the deck. And I said, oh my gosh, I know what this is. So I am pulling the clarifiers and I said, oh, we're going right back on. Because I have been waiting for this reading. I knew it was coming. Look at that. Firm foundation in reverse. It comes right out with that Devil in reverse. I know exactly what this is. Yeah. And I'm just doing clarifiers just to clarify that I know exactly what this is. I'm going to tell you. This right here is the Divine Feminine breaking ties with karmic energy. I know that's what this is. We're going to see how this plays out. But it starts out with that karmic energy. Because we go the Devil in reverse and then we go Three of Swords, y'all. Yeah. All right. And is there anything else? Oh. And then a Tower. All right, and we are ending with a Tower, and oh my goodness. Oh, wait. I'm getting actually this. These two, okay, that all goes together. We're ending that. And then the Lovers. All right, perfect. Okay, so the reason why I knew that this will be coming up is because all the readings marked July 2019. Check them out, because it is just they're telling a story. The energies are telling you what's happening right now, and it's so much happening and clearing the debris of the foundation for the twins. The Divine Masculine energy is heavy leading in those swords, letting us know that it was just, I think the last reading that I did right before this, we were at the King of Swords. And that is really taking power and command. The swords is that thinking space and taking authority over how you are seeing these things. Well, I knew if the divine masculine energy was there, then the divine feminine energy is in action somewhere. And this is where the divine feminine is in action. We start out with the devil card in reverse. Now, you got to understand what the devil card is when it's in reverse. The devil card in reverse, yeah, it's that evil, it's that pettiness, it's that weakness, that blindness, that fatality, meaning things are going down that are so low vibe. And I know that this stuff is so beneath me. And I know that this stuff does not align to me. Yet it is all up in my world. It is all up in my world. There's that music going in octane. Well, okay, what I'm getting is in reverse, a firm foundation. And this stuff being all up in my world is affecting the firm foundation. So it's like, well, what are you talking about? Where is this pettiness, evil, this weakness, this blindness, fatality? Where is this showing up? The Three of Swords is showing up in the Three of Swords. The divine feminine energy is taking action here. You want to know how I know? Because the clarifier is that they are going within, their intuition, their divine guidance. You guys are going within. And going within, you are connected in a way you have not been connected before. And you are being guided and directed to do new things that weren't normally you. New things that you felt weren't loving, weren't divine, weren't how you should show up and be. And you're recognizing that it is indeed through your intuition what is divine, because you're recognizing that you are divine. You are divine. The reason I know that is because this new thing is leading you to triumph and success is what comes. So these two come together, that you are going within to determine a new way to show up when it comes to Three of Swords. So it's like, well, what is the Three of Swords? Why is the divine feminine determining a new way to show up with the Three of Swords? That they're going within and they're being guided a new way. Why is this thing going to lead to triumph and success? And why was this Three of Swords causing a reverse foundation that wasn't going to work? And all this evil, weakness, blindness, and pettiness and fatality that the divine feminine was dealing with. I mean, the divine feminine was getting hit mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, hit, you know, is what I'm getting. Why was all of that happening to the divine feminine and rocking the divine feminine's foundation to where it would not ever align and stand up? Because you got to understand what the Three of Swords really is and why these swords are going through the heart. And what the heart is, it's spiritual attack. This shows you spiritual war. That is what this is showing at this point in time. And what's the meaning of the Three of Swords? You can even go to the meaning of the Three of Swords when it comes to the Rider-Waite cards with this. The Three of Swords simply means delay, absence, division. The delay, absence, and division is what creates that devil in the life of the divine feminine. So it's like all of this stuff that shows up as a third party, that shows up as what's known as karmic energy. could be another person, it could be family, could be money, could be work, could be whatever. All of this stuff that shows up, it just creates delay. It just creates absence. It just creates division. And that is the enemy energy as to why it creates this evil in the divine feminine's life and rocks the divine feminine's foundation. Well, what I'm getting is that the divine feminine is at a period of time that they're receiving justice when it comes to this karmic energy that has really bullied them for quite some time. And when I get bullied, it's not in the way that the divine feminine energy was powerless to the energy at all. They weren't powerless to the energy. They did not know what to do with the energy because the energy is so foreign from the divine feminine's being. It's not how the divine feminine is. So justice comes in, and justice is rightness. Justice is rightness. So the divine feminine is determining a right way to deal with karmic energy. The clarifier is moving on into where? Moving on into heart chakra, that soul, that internal heart intuition, inner knowing, what we pulled before. Where are they going to the inner knowing? What was going through the heart? Why is the third party in the spiritual war? Why does it go through the heart? Because they understand that that is the place that the divine feminine gets her intuitive knowing. Out of the heart flows the things of life. That is why the karmic energy comes to attack the divine feminine in the heart. The divine feminine is learning the right way to deal with these attacks, and they're moving on into it through the heart chakra place. Now, this is important because the Wheel of Fortune comes to even confirm the success that the divine feminine is going to have. But not only that, the Wheel of Fortune is destiny. So it's been destiny for the divine feminine to carry out this motion, which means that the divine feminine was supposed to carry out the motion of taking on, God, I'm even getting taken on the burden and the blame for the fall of 3D structures. Taking on the burden and the blame for, I'm getting for money and finance and abundance states. I'm getting for family situations. I'm getting for the dissolving of relationships, divorces, moving. I'm getting the divine feminine was the blame for so much stress, mental, the break. The divine feminine was blamed for the break. They were blamed for so many different things, but that was a part of destiny for justice to actually come in, not only for the earth, but for the divine feminine. And the reason why this is so important is because right after the Wheel of Fortune, because all these cards came out together outside of the Devil in reverse. So they all come together. And what I'm getting is to go on to the Empress. So the Wheel of Fortune switches into, it's like, well, what is the Wheel of Fortune? What is destiny? And destiny is the Empress comes in. But what is the Empress? The Empress is fruitful. The Empress is fruitful. And what the divine feminine is starting to recognize is that the karmic energy was never a competitive energy to who the divine feminine is. I'm getting that it was almost like comical in a way because the divine feminine is starting to learn things. Because with the divine masculine energy taking authority, and they are in the swords area of taking authority, so it is heavy in the mental space, and they are deep in action in the mental space there. And communication is pretty heavy. So the divine feminine is learning from so many different ways, from dreams and communication and ways and places, that there was never a competitive energy when it comes to the heart space of the divine feminine that supersedes the power of the divine feminine. It's the divine feminine's heart. So if someone tries to attack the divine feminine's heart, the divine feminine holds the power, meaning they're automatically in a power position. And this is why you have the Six of Wands that comes out. The Six of Wands is that great news that the divine feminine is recognizing their power. Even with my own personal story, when I was dealing with a karmic energy, I received the whole reflectional place that the karmic energy that I was dealing with was living 10 years. 10 years. A decade ago, 10 years, my life, which is my manifestations of 10 years prior, because of the heightened level of consciousness of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is always knowing, always growing, always expanding, always doing. Always knowing, always growing, always expanding, always doing. They're always getting a new thing. They are high consciousness. So before you even knew you were divine feminine, you were excelling in something. You were knowing about things. You were able to switch your life and do different types of life motions. You were able to do that. You were able to start over. Even when the divine feminine went into dark places, it wasn't light. If a divine feminine has a medical issue, divine feminine had a medical issue. It was something that nobody else had experienced to that degree. It was something that was foreign. It was something major that was overcome, like the intro said, as a spotlight for everyone to see the power of the divine feminine and the divine feminine's manifestation ability. This is beautiful coming in because the clarifier for these cards are new beginning. New beginning. And what is bringing in this new beginning? It is the wisdom that the divine feminine has, the wisdom of themselves that they did not have before, that they were actually putting karmic energy and making karmic energy more powerful than karmic energy was. I'm even getting that those who even stoop to use outside elements to try to cause or say that they were going to do any types of cursings or harms or things like that to the divine feminine, that there's no power there. The divine feminine uses their vessel. They keep their vessel availability for divine power. So someone using a physical element outside of them, I mean, it's one thing for them to align to the elements of fire and align to the elements of water and align to, the elements that we have and the moon and things of that sort. But you have to understand that it is nothing to a divine being who is able to fully align themselves, their body, serving as a candle into it to align with the energies of the planet. At any given time, they are in alignment with nature. So it allows them instant manifestations, which means that the karmic energy that the divine feminine had been receiving so many heart attacks from, the divine feminine energy is really starting to recognize that it's almost like a reflection to you of who and how you used to be. It's a reflection to you of how far you are in your ascension, which means you have a higher thought, a higher way, a higher view, a higher move in doing things. And the karmic often is there to reflect back and saying, this is the old karmic energy that you are releasing out of your life. that you're no longer aligning to this type of energy. What that means is no longer enticed by it, no longer impressed by it, no longer caring about it, no longer wanting to know about it, no longer energetically aligning to it. It's old news. You ever used to watch a show and you used to watch that show all the time because that show was so good and you want to know everything about that show? Well, what I'm getting with the divine feminine energy right now is that now when you turn on that old show, it's just not as entertaining. Sometimes it can even be like the color of it, or it can even be that many don't even watch TV at this time and age. So if they even turn on a show now, it's like, well, why was I even watching that? But even if you do enjoy it, you know you're enjoying it from a space of I used to enjoy it. The point is that you are seeing the high altitude from you and your karmic woes. I love it when that music goes an octane. And this is why we come in with the 7 of Wands, which is that action space, which is the divine feminine energy is recognizing that their enemies are unable to reach them. They aren't able to reach you. When it comes to the things that you have overcome and scaled in life, these aren't average everyday things. The financial blunders that you've come back from, the medical debunks you have come back from, the relationship hits, the embarrassment, the pain, the family attacks and abuse. All of that dark energy was transmuted into the light being that allowed you to ascend and scale. So you see right here with the 7 of Wands, which is up here, and you can actually see the enemies that are down here. And the meaning of this card really is your enemies are unable to reach you. You are ready. And the divine feminine recognizes that they are who they are. That they are set apart, and it's not in any type of they're better, because anyone can, follow the guiding and glow and grow and whatever they want to do. It's available. It's available to everyone on the earth, the ascension path. But the divine feminine is recognizing the work that they put in to be on the ascension path. And it's showing them who they are. And the clarifier for the 7 of Wands is the Tower, which means that they are disrupting the program, which means that they are no longer aligned with the things that they used to be aligned to. They don't care. They are breaking up with the karmic energy, which means that they're not entertaining it because they already know the outcome. They know the story. They went within. So they know exactly what's going to happen with the karmic, or they know exactly what's going to happen with all the third-party situations. They know this. They know the human condition. Throat chakra. They are communicating this and how they are setting boundaries and showing up with people. Then that leads to the Lovers, which means that the divine feminine is aligned to the higher consciousness of self. The divine masculine is aligned to the higher consciousness of self. This is what is telling the divine masculine what the divine masculine needs to do and guiding the divine masculine energy. This is what's telling and guiding the divine feminine energy, the higher above consciousness. This is also the balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine within, which the divine feminine energy has taken on the balance of the divine feminine and divine masculine energy within them, which means that they are not needy of attachments that are bringing them karmic pain, that they really align to what they want to align to in it, and they don't go into that pain cycle of it. If any of you are experiencing that pain cycle where you're still being taken down at the heart by attacks of third-party situations that are set up for you in the 3D world, so you forget who you are and your power, and you actually think they're bigger than what they are, which is the illusions that we talked about in the playlist. If you're still having trouble with that, then that means that it is connected to a pain spot within you that makes you think that it is bigger than that which is within you, because it is within you too. Get it out. Get it out. Introduction to Pain Transmutation is below. Also, you can meet with me or meet with someone else who can support you. The clarifier for the lovers is sacrifice. Sacrifice of what? That shadow. That shadow. That double-sidedness where the divine feminine thought that she was less because of the darkness that she had experienced and the darkness that surrounds her. And now the divine feminine energy is sacrificing that view of themselves, and it is allowing them to fully align in their divinity and knowing the powerhouse that they are, which means that they are above, not below. An enemy that comes towards them is going to be an automatic tower moment that will not end, in which the divine feminine is the one who is having any type of dependency or commitment fears or any of that, because the divine feminine energy knows that they can align to themselves, go within, and that any karmic energy that comes their way doesn't have power for the divine feminine energy. The karmic energy is made up of everything the divine feminine energy has already experienced here on earth and transmuted in their own lives. So they are becoming disinterested. And in their breakup with the karmic energy, it is beautiful. It is creating a union alignment within the twins, with the lovers. So very beautiful. The golden mission. The golden mission is union. Union within self, then union with others. And if you guys are having any trouble breaking up with that karmic energy, and I'm getting like, even if you want to hear, you want to know, you want to hear, you want to know, don't leave the story the way it is. Make sure you transmute that story to where you see the truth of it, okay? See the truth of it. See the truth of who you are. And it will allow you to know that it is just an attacking of this space so you can forget your power in this space. And when you detach and then never and no longer align, it dissipates.